I'm doing a Halloween special, and I've got a ton of Halloween stuff for you guys to read. It is a really dark, windy, creepy night, so it's perfect night to film this. I may just pop on my little scarf. I'm a plaid batch. Let's get started. I'm so excited. First, I want to talk about a couple new YA books that came out this year, and I actually just read both of them this month. The first one is The Girl from the Well by Rin Chupeco. Take a look at the cover. I fell in love with that. And then you look at the back, and I'm like, this looks like The Ring, doesn't it? Look at that. Movies like The Ring and The Grudge, they are based on actual Japanese legends. This is based on the same legend that The Ring was based on. The story is about a girl named Okiko, and she was murdered. As a ghost, she takes revenge on adults that murder children. She comes out of the mirrors and the bathtubs to get them. I mean, it's kind of creepy. The next one I read this month was The Merciless by Suzanne Vega. This book is basically Mean Girls meets Satan. I'm a huge fan of Mean Girls, and I also love scary books, so I was like, yeah. I didn't really find it too scary, but there are some graphic torture scenes and things that might make some people uncomfortable. I read it so quickly, it was just kind of like eating candy. That's kind of what it felt like. And look at this pink cover. I mean, pink with a devil sign. That sums up the book pretty well. Another great book for this time of year, it is called Help for the Haunted by John Searles. It was very strange and nothing like what I was expecting, but I don't know, there's something about it that it really liked. It's one of those that you think, oh, this is gonna be like a Halloween ghost story, but then it turns around and totally tricks you. So next I'm gonna show you a few classics that I think are perfect for this time of year. A wonderful, wonderful classic is Dracula by Bram Stoker. When this was published back in the day, it was looked upon as just filth, garbage. What would happen if something that was really trashy now, 100 years from now, was a classic, like 50 Shades of Grey or something? God help us all. You can't have a Halloween reading list without Anne Rice, and I recommend you read The Vampire Chronicles. These include Interview with a Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, and The Queen of the Damned. Her writing is beautiful. I don't know what else to say. It's just beautiful. I think I'm having an aneurysm. This next book is something that's not really scary, but it is about witches. So I think that is very appropriate for Halloween. And that one is Wicked and Son of a Witch. Wicked is a retelling of Wizard of Oz, but a lot more freaking weird. And there is a Broadway play of Wicked. Part of me hated it and part of me really liked it. And I haven't read the second one yet, but I want to try it. And of course, you cannot have Halloween without Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Classic. And now probably one of my favorite Halloween reads of all, and that is The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. I love Edgar Allan Poe. He's dark, he's creepy, and is this book not beautiful? Look at this, baby. And it matches my outfit. So I think I'm gonna be staying up late this week, curled up by the fire, drinking tea and reading this. I'm just so in the mood for this. Now I have some books for a younger audience. They're children's books, but they're great for any age because they're just wonderful books. And they're books that always made me feel in the mood for Halloween. You know I'm a Neil Gaiman lover, you know. So I can't do a Halloween reads without Neil Gaiman. So the first book is Coraline. This is a children's book, but it is very dark. I mean, it creeped me out. This little girl finds this other world and she goes through this portal and it's just like her world, but it's not her world. It's like everything's off, like just a little bit. Her parents, they all have button eyes. Like buttons for eyes. That's horrifying, like, right? I loved it. I love Neil Gaiman, and so I'm going to show you another Neil Gaiman book, and that one is The Graveyard Book. This is about a boy named Bod, and he is raised by ghosts in a graveyard. These are children's books, so you kind of have to keep that in mind when you read them. I definitely recommend it. So perfect for Halloween, so check this one out. The next book I have is part of a series, and these are the books of Elsewhere. I have talked about these in another video. I think this one in particular is perfect for Halloween because it's called The Strangers, and it actually takes place on Halloween. The next one is The Witches by Roald Dahl. There's a movie called The Witches that they made based on this book, and I used to watch it at Halloween time when I was young, and it always scared the crap out of me. Very cute. Check that one out. The next one is also part of a series, and these I read when I was a young one, and this is Bunnicula. This is about a vampire rabbit. These are older, but they're still great. Now friends, if you are a Halloweenie, I suggest you leave now, because things are gonna get scary. Just kidding, they're not gonna get scary, but I'm gonna tell you about some books that scare the crap out of me. This book really scared me, and that was In the Woods by Tana French. I'm the type of person that gets really afraid of creepy, supernatural, like ghosts, voodoo, spirits, and demons. Those things creep me the hell out more than anything. So when I want to get scared, I read a ghost story. If it's something that I can't see, it terrifies me. So definitely check this one out. It is a murder mystery, but it's also has a supernatural twist to it. The next book is actually a nonfiction book, and that's what makes it so scary to me, and it is In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. It is about a family that lived in a small town, and one night these people came in and just brutally murdered their entire family. And like blood everywhere. This would make an amazing American Horror Story episode. The whole first half of the book is about the killings and just the investigation, and the second half follows the killers after through their trial, their time in jail, and to their execution. It's hard when you see something that violent to think of the killers as people, and Truman Capote goes in and shows you that they're just human. I think that's the most terrifying thing of all. The next one is one that is really good for fall. It just like gets you in the fall, creepy Halloween mood, definitely. It is a murder mystery, and it is called Pray for Silence by Linda Castillo. And this is actually about an Amish community and horrible murder that takes place there. It's pretty creepy and pretty disturbing. I didn't find it that satisfying. I didn't really love the ending. It's kind of like eating candy again. It is good while it lasts, but it has no real nutrients. The next one I want to talk about is one I'm still reading because it is hard. It's a hard one. And it is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. This is like non-linear storytelling, and it is freaking crazy. It's a giant mind fuck is what it is. It's weird, and it's kind of like become like a cult classic or something. The next one, and probably the scariest book I've ever read so far, is The Shining by Stephen King. I wish I had a prettier copy of this. Yeah. This was terrifying. Like absolutely terrifying to me because it is about hauntings and demonic evil stuff. I'm also a huge fan of the movie by Stanley Kubrick. They both scared the crap out of me. Guys, I think that's actually all the books I have for today. I'm sure there's a ton more that I'm forgetting. I'm really having trouble finding books that scare me. I want something that will terrify me, a terrifying book. So if you guys have any suggestions, please tell me. I want you to tell me a few things in the comments below. Tell me what you're reading for Halloween. Tell me the scariest book you've ever read. And tell me what you're gonna be for Halloween. And what are you gonna do? What are your plans? Please take a candy before you leave. What's more Halloween than lemon heads? I think I'm scaring my neighbors. Well, I'm scaring my dog at least. Bye! It's a picture of my brother and I. My brother, Little Pumpkin, and I was the little rabbit. And don't I look like the happiest bunny that you've ever seen? That is pure happiness. I was like a rabbit every year.
I'm going to fly off and turn into a bat.